everyone, welcome back to another Cut Above with Chris. Head shave day today. I'm looking forward to this one. Got a couple of days growth. Pulling out the wolf whiskers again. I haven't used one for a while. The sun is shining, it's blasting through the window. It's probably about 20 degrees. So I'm going to break out a bit of menthol. Sterling Menthol Frozen Tundra. Now the scent on this, if you haven't watched my previous shaves with this smells pretty much like sports liniment that you would use on muscle injuries and things like that, muscle rubs and sort of along those sort of lines. Scent strength around about a 6.5 at the top. It just smells great. You can smell the menthol in it. It really does smell amazing. Wolf whiskers lime handle. This is pretty much the Becky top with the Iliad bottom, and it's got the fluting on the bottom there, as you can see. And it's just a stunning brush. 25mm ultra fan knot from Peter Wolf, and this one doesn't shade. Well, it doesn't shade. It's pretty much the same as the. You can see how dense it is. Very dense knot. Pretty much the same as the quarter moon knot that Milton sells over at Turn and Shave. He's renamed his company Turn and Shave. Right, so straight onto the dry silk. No messing about. It's Tuesday over here. It is 10 o'clock. Is it 10 o'clock? It's nearly 11 o'clock. I was supposed to be working at 10, but the job's been pushed back a little bit. I'm working with my brother-in-law at the moment, doing some electrics, and I think he's obviously been held up in Perth, the job he was at. I'm going to head lather today. I don't normally head lather, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm really looking forward to this. Looking forward to breaking a synthetic out again. I haven't used a synth for what feels like an eternity at the moment. I've been obviously using my Morrison Fondren. I've used Spencer's Declaration 33mm. And obviously my new, well it's not a new brush, but it's new in the den, the Carnivus and Richardson Katie's Bubbles collaboration brush, the aluminium with the 24mm, the golden nib 2-band. I'm going to load this really heavy today because I really fancy a good thick lather. I don't think it'll get much better than that. So as you can see, the brush is caked right to the base of the bristles. So, it smells great. Right, the head. And then we'll paint this on. I can feel the menthol already. Now this is a menthol soap, it's not the glacial version of Sterling. But this is one of the ones that, however the makeup is, or maybe he's put extra menthol in, but this is as cold as any glacial that I've used. This is a really cold soap, this one. There we go. As you can see, the brush sprays very, very easily now. I did have issues with it in the beginning, with it splaying. It used to, very similar to what Kyle over at Brown Man Shaves experienced. Very difficult to splay it, almost sort of splayed to the side. You didn't get that full circle. Oh, menthol's getting in my eyes already. So it's going to need a lot of water, this lather, but that's okay. You'll get to see it building up. It'll sort of build up a thick wall right there. I've also just managed to finish off the Game of Thrones season finale this morning with the wife. She fell asleep last night, and being the gentleman I am, I couldn't watch it without her. So I switched it off and watched it this morning with her when the kids went to school. She starts a little bit later for work on a Tuesday, so it worked in well. And I don't know about you guys, it was a good episode. But I hate it when you finish it like that. I know that's the whole idea, to make you want to make sure you turn up for the next season. But it is one of the best TV shows I've ever watched. Series. I'm still very partial to Suits. Suits is probably still my favourite TV show. I don't know if it's because of my background in the police, or I've always had an interest in law. But I do really enjoy Suits. If you haven't watched that, and you don't mind it's more of a sort of drama. It's got a lot of comedy in it as well. It's like serious comedy with it, but it is very, very good. Very, very well written TV show. Well, I've been using natural hair brushes now probably 2 or 3 weeks that I've brought them back into the den. There's no way I've made a lather like that with a natural hair brush, just no way. The brush is well loaded. This razor will pretty much be my go-to head shaving razor, along with possibly the Murgress. But other than that, at the moment, this is the only one that cuts the mustard. It's the only one that's efficient enough to actually get the job done correctly. I've got a brand new Persona Med Prep, and let me tell you, these blades are sharp, super smooth, and very, very comfortable. They would have to be, I suppose. I mean, if they're using them in hospital scenarios, then you want something that's quick and efficient and isn't going to cause any further distress to any areas that you might be working on. Oh, the menthol in this is great. If you're looking for menthol soap, look no further than Sterling. There's other companies out there that do them, Barrister and Mann, Phoenix and Bowl, Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements, Fine Accoutrements. There's all these companies out here that do menthol soaps. Dr. John's that I used yesterday, none of them hold a candle to Sterling. Sterling is easily, in my opinion, the best mentholated soaps you can buy. They're slick. They create an amazing lather. If you've never used a menthol soap before, they are, like I cut myself there, they are a little bit harder to lather in general, but not these Sterling soaps. These basically lather themselves, they're outstanding. I don't know what's going on with this side of my head here. It feels like I've cut myself a few times there. I don't know whether I've got some irritation, I'm not sure. I'm just going to empty the sink out because it is full of goop. The residual slickness is great already, even from just one pass. Right, lather number 2. I can really feel the menthol now. And that's a big indicator of how mentholated the soap is, when you can feel it on your head straight away, the coldness. Got great scrub, this brush really has. Very comfortable though, it's got no scritch or scratch. Dip the tips again. Oh, that's a big dip. That's better. Just needed just a little touch more moisture in there. And here we go. These blades are slowly starting to become one of my favourite blades. I've only used them a few times, but they are smooth, really smooth. And we'll see how they are in terms of irritation, whether I actually have any irritation from the shave itself. Whew. Menthol is freezing. Well, there ain't much left on there, I can tell you that right now. Whew, freezing cold. Oh, I've got a few little stings here and there, so I think I might have a few little weepers. But I'm not 100% sure. Just re-lather again. I mean, the thing is, this soap is so cold, it can feel like you've got weepers when you haven't really. And on your head, it's not like your face where you, it's a different sensation on your head when you get a weeper or you get any cuts, because it's not as many nerves. I don't think, you don't feel the initial slice or cut or anything like that comes with it. It just generally just bleeds. Even with a cut, I do feel it. Like that there. I've just opened up a wound that I did actually cut myself on my last head shave when I was off camera. I sliced it trying to get a last little bit of hair, and I've just opened it up. I think. Yeah, just opened it up. It's alright. Now I do find this razor, as I've said several times, I don't find it an aggressive razor at all. But as with any razor, if it gets you, it gets you. The thing I find with razors like this is when they get you good. Beautiful. So I've got one cut, it's on the back of my head, I know where it is. It's the exact same one I did on Sunday, off camera. And all I've done is basically I think I just hooked onto the scab. Oh, freezing. Oh, very nice. Let's see here. As you can see, a little dot of blood there. So what I'm going to do, let's grab my very dilapidated styptic pencil. Hoping I'm hitting the right area here. It's just stinging all over the place. Hi everyone, I'm back. Sorry, I had to take a phone call, and while I was on the phone I actually got quite a bit of irritation in the back of my head. Still feel it, so I've actually hit myself, not hit myself, but I've Allen blocked my head while I was on the phone, and I've let that drop. I've rinsed it all off now, and it still feels a little bit irritated. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bang on some Thea's Medicated. Now because I've used the alum, I'm not expecting this to burn at all. I'm just hoping to get the benefits from the actual witch hazel itself. I was going to use Nivea Too Faced, but I'm not going to now. Well, that's drying in. We'll have a little look at what was used. Sterling Frozen Tundra Menthol. I don't know whether it's the soap, I'm not sure whether it's the new blade, I really don't know, but I did have quite a bit of irritation on the back of my head, quite a lot of weepers, probably 20 or 30 weepers, which is very unusual for me, but it could be the fact that I felt I had to give it a little bit more room for this blade, I'm not sure. And then when you take into account the menthol, where you don't actually feel the blade quite as well, it can cause a few problems. But other than that, I've got a BBS shave, it feels great, it feels lovely and smooth. I've got no, other than that cut on the back of my head and the weepers and a little bit of irritation, nothing else going on, which is good. The brush was the Wolf Whiskers Custom 25mm Black Wolf fan. It is Peter Wolf's version of Lime, which you probably see going around on a lot of brushes, Morrison 400, Simpsons, and even people like Bristle Brushworks, Wild West Brushworks, all these guys are pulling out the lime stuff as well. It's a very nice cut. I mean, I don't know what the real lime one is like, the one that's sort of started all off, but this is super vibrant, this brush. It's really in your face, and it's got that almost pearlescent fleck in the actual colour of the green as well. Just give that a dry off, and there we go. So that's the Wolf Whiskers Custom. I have tried to get on his new list. Oh, it smells great now, but finding it very hard at the moment. It's a more difficult list in my opinion to actually get on, because you don't know when it's going to open up, but it is good in the sense that if you just so happen to go on it at that time and it's open, then you can get on straight away, which is good. The razor for today was the Wunderbar again, brand new Persona Med Prep blade in there. I'll use it again, definitely. It's a very smooth blade. It doesn't feel like a dull blade. It feels very sharp. It feels like it's doing the similar job or same job as the feathers and the Kai blades. But I've ended up with a bit of irritation today, and I really don't know why. So I might try a non-mentholated soap next time around and just see if that is the difference. Moved on to Thea's medicated. Actually, no, we didn't. Just so I can catch the full shave. I did use my styptic pencil today on a cut, which healed that up beautifully. I've checked it in the mirror over the back there. I then did my whole head with what's left of my RazoRock alum block. This was quite big. It was the same size as this tub, but they're not the best of alum blocks in my opinion. It's almost like a composite alum block. It's not a solid chunk of alum that they've compressed together, and it was just all hollow and crystallised inside, fell apart, crumbled and snapped. Just not great. It does the job, but it's not as good as like an Osma block. It's generally a solid block. Shave X is a solid block. They're not as comfortable to begin with. They've normally got a bit of sharp edges on them, but after a few uses they do round off a bit. I haven't used one, but that's only what I've sort of learned from reading up on it. So I'm going to finish off today with Milkman Razor Roll. This is a gel, post-shave hydrating gel. It really helps with redness, irritation and ingrown hairs. I'm going to give it 5 pumps today. Because I think I'm going to need it. And that is me, done and dusted. I should probably be back on Thursday with my next head shave. I'll have a face shave tomorrow, but it's not grown as quick today from yesterday, which is good. And then I'll probably have another one on Friday before my physical for the transit girls. So you guys stay safe, drive safe. Excuse me, don't drink and drive. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Cheers.